This is the 2023 Lexus RX500h, and in this video, I'm going to give you an exterior and interior walk around of the top of the line RX from Lexus. So here it is. This is the 2023 RX. This is the top of the line RX, the F Sport package. Now, there's two F Sport packages. This one comes in at 84,000 Canadian dollars. Then there's an additional one that gives you additional features and functions, which I'll talk about, comes in at 90,000 Canadian dollars. So lots of money for the top of the line Lexus RX. And this is the new RX design you can see here with the front, the grille, kind of the snub nose design. You guys know in a previous video, I liked our NX 350h. I really love that grille, love that design. This one kind of looks like that, but the top of the grille looks a little bit different. You guys tell me if you like it or not in the comment box down below, but this is the F Sport package. So you see there's a lot of aggressive styling elements here, right, on this vehicle, right? You have this grille here, the spindle grille. A lot of people, again, they're either passionately loving it or they don't love it. That's up to you guys to decide. We have the LED lights here as well. And under the hood, we are making 366 horsepower and 406 pound-feet of torque coming from a 2.4 liter turbo engine supported by a hybrid powertrain, 80 kilowatts to give it that full total system power. So lots of power in this vehicle. Now, of course, lots of power. It does weigh a lot, about 4,700 pounds for this SUV. You'd expect it from this RX series. Again, a little bit bigger than the NX, which I'll talk about. But again, this is all about taking that luxury expectation that you have out of a Lexus SUV and just adding that performance edge and flair to it. This is not a SUV designed with performance completely in mind. This is still for those people that want Lexus luxury, Lexus quality, Lexus comfort and reliability, but with a bit of a performance edge. And that's what you're getting with this 500h. So as we go around the vehicle as well, you can see, you know, the spindle grille, the black spindle grille, which you're familiar with. Up to you if you like that or not. You have these Lexus brakes here again, the Eagle Touring tires, 235s on the front, the F Sport badge, painted side moldings here for the wheel arch. That's part of the F Sport package. You also have that in the NX, by the way. So with the NX 350h and in the 500h, you have that. So that's all here. You come around, you have the door handles, which again, part of the NX, the soft touch here with the little button here to go ahead and lock. You come around, you see these kind of this design element, again, similar to the NX, comes around here with a crease to the side molding here. A lot more space on the inside, which I'll talk about as well. We come in with this spoiler hook here, coming around to the rear. I actually really like this rear. So you guys know on the 350h, they have this new headlight design or this taillight design, and they have the Lexus lettering actually adorned here. And you have this nice LED strip that goes all the way across the vehicle here, which I really like. And then the RX500h with Direct 4. So this is the all-wheel drive system actually specifically for this 500h, where it goes ahead and is able to manipulate how much power is going to the front and the rear from a 30 to 70 split all the way to a 20 to 80 split. So that's pretty cool. While we're talking about the drive wheels, these rear wheels actually turn 4 degrees and improve the turning circle to 35.4 feet. We can actually notice a difference in my driving. Definitely when I was doing some U-turns and I was just turning around, I definitely noticed a tighter turning circle in comparison to my NX 350h, for example. And I actually felt it improve again in how the responsiveness was in the turn and feel of this RX. So this is actually really cool. I really like this feature, and it makes the SUV feel a lot more nimble than it is. Then you have some, you know, fake exhaust ports here underneath. Again, it looks sporty. Some people don't like fake stuff. I'm indifferent to it. It doesn't look so bad. It actually looks kind of cool. And then of course you have your full kick ability to open up the trunk, see everything in here and open up the trunk. But I'll show you guys all that right now. Go ahead and open this up. And there's a lot of stuff here. I got my stroller, I got my camera gear. You know, I was talking to my wife actually, and we're wrecking, this is about, it feels about 15 to 20% more storage capacity, right? And so that's gonna be a big thing. I'm gonna be doing another video if you should be getting an NX or RX and what the right SUV is for you. Obviously, storage and space is a big part of that, so we'll talk about that. But that's basically the rear. We're gonna go ahead and close this. Let's go ahead in the inside and check out what it has to offer. So come on in into the new RX. Immediately, you're gonna notice beautiful coloring and the materials and design we absolutely love. Obviously, a lot of this design comes from the NX series as well that we're familiar with. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video to follow me on my journey of this car and all the other Lexus vehicles to come in the future. But right away, impressive interior quality. What do you guys think of the red with dark interior. This is the F Sport interior again with the F Sport bucket seats. I love these bucket seats. Not only you have this beautiful leather, but you also have some of this other material called ultra suede. And this is what Lexus is calling it. It feels like a suede, and it really does add this extra level of sophistication to the interior with this beautiful element, not only on the seats, but on the door panels as well. And really, it brings the Lexus interior a step higher in terms of its sophistication, look, and feel for this RX 500h. It's a beautiful experience to be sitting in this car. Feels very nice, supportive, not overly supportive, but just supportive enough. And I honestly think if you're looking to go ahead and get an F Sport, that's what you want, right? You want a little bit of that sporty feeling, and this definitely keeps you nicely positioned in the seat. Now, outside of the seats, what are your hands touching? The steering wheel. You have a nice, thick leather steering wheel, perforations with red stitching all across the steering wheel, adorned with the F Sport badge. On the steering wheel as well, just like all the other top-of-the-line models of the Lexus NX and RX range, you have these touchscreen controls. Now, you can either use these controls through the instrument cluster or through a heads-up display unit, right? So I found it really intuitive. I like that. You have the paddle shifters here as well. Again, adorned here on this F Sport package. You have your full instrument cluster and display. I really like the instrument cluster here on the RX versus the NX, which is obviously not an F Sport model. This looks so much sportier, so much cooler. I really love the tachometer on this. I think this is really nice. Now let's put our attention to the main star of the show here in this interior for the tech package, and it's this available 14-inch touchscreen display. I absolutely love this display. I think it's one of the best in the entire industry for this segment. We have it in my 2023 Lexus NX350h, and it comes into the RX series. And let me tell you, it's one of the best displays I've ever used. It's beautiful and clear. It's great to see during the day, easy to read at night. It has your main controls that you need in terms of HVAC, the volume controls. All of those are hard-coded onto the screen. And you also have your knob for the temperature. So you have some of that tactile control that you want, but also you're leveraging this huge 14-inch display with this Lexus interface. Now, the additional great thing here, it's fully wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So you kind of just walk into your vehicle, it's gonna automatically connect, and you have full access to your contacts, your maps, your apps, everything that you need inside of your Lexus. Another great thing is it also supports Siri and OK Google because of Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I've used this display now, honestly, for the last 4 months, and coming into this RX, it looks the same, it performs the same, it's amazing, just as the NX. It's one of my favorite infotainment systems of any vehicle in 2023 and beyond. It really does a great job of just integrating with your phone, integrating with your workflow, all the controls, everything where everything is laid out in terms of the UI and UX. It all makes sense. It's intuitive. It's easy to use. You have a whole bunch of settings that you can access through here. I'm going to be doing a full video on this display so you can kind of see all the settings in a future video. I won't delve too deep into it today, but honestly, this is a joy to use, not only for the driver, but for the passenger when you're coming in. And with all that said, it's one of the main reasons why I believe this is the best-in-class infotainment system for any SUV in this segment. It's big, it's bright, it's responsive, it's beautiful, it seamlessly connects with all the things that you want it to connect to, and it's a joy to use. So this is definitely a star of the show in the interior. Now, as we come around, even on the door, so I just want to talk about the materials, right? This is this beautiful soft touch material here with the red stitching to go ahead and match the rest of the seating. I really like that. Full leather here as well on the side where your hands will rest. Even inside when you're holding the door, this is nice and soft touch. So Lexus really thought about, making sure all the materials that you're touching is nice and soft and nice. You have these unique door handles. Again, we saw these in the NX. This is actually a safety feature so that if I open this door, which is simply by pressing this button and pushing out the door, what this is going to do with sensors, it's going to be able to detect if there's a bicyclist coming, another car coming, whatever else it is, and it'll stop me from opening the door and potentially causing damage or getting in an accident. So I really like this, and I know some reviews say they don't really like it, it's unintuitive. Once you use it long enough, and again, we've had the NX for about 3,000 kilometers, 3.5 months, we absolutely love it. It's the best. So really like that here. Now, steering wheel, obviously this is fully adjustable. These F Sport seats also fully adjustable, memory seating, heated and cooled. So you have all of that there with that perforated leather on these seats, which I really, really like. And then again, you're looking at the shifter. I really like the shifter design. This is something else from the NX that I called out. Very simple, almost acts as a short shifter, very easy to use. They went with a 6-speed transmission on this RX500h to save weight. Honestly, it's been great. We haven't had any problems with it. And to deal with the power that this power plant's making, it's done fine. What I also like that they did is they went away from the black piano plastic that we had from the NX with this nice material here. This is not going to cause scratches or anything. That was my kind of little pain point on the NX. I'm glad they went away with that. That's really good here. Now we come in here as well. They have this entire vehicle adorned in different charging options. So we have 2 USB-C fast charging ports right here. We have an additional one down here. We have a Q wireless charger for your phone. So this is my iPhone 13 Pro Max. Sits in right here. You have a regular USB, USB-A, and then you have your cigarette lighter all in here. So, and lots of additional storage space with some rubbering. So you have all that here and you can just close that. That's great. You have some additional storage space here as well. So lots of storage. Your cup holders are here. One unique quirk that I love about these cup holders that the NX doesn't have is that you can actually push a button and push these down. So if you have larger drinks, they can fit all the way and not spill. I really like that. Then there's a little button here you push and the cup holders rise back up. You have your little hand rest over here, which also opens from both sides, similar to the NX. So I can open it as the passenger from here, and I can open it up from a driver from here. So you have all that, and then you have a comfortable amount of storage in here. That's a lot of storage. Put all your stuff in, whatever else you need, pops in over there. You go ahead and you see it's got this nice design over here on the dash, and then you have a glove box component. So you have your glove box here as well, underneath this soft touch material, and that's a good amount of space in this glove box. So that's all there. You just manage your controls with your AC vents and your vents just over here. Really easy, simple to use. And again, the actual tactile controls for your ventilation, your volume, your temperature, all this is done here. And then your push the start button is just over here. Now, because this is a hybrid engine as well, that means you can actually go and drive a portion of your trip with electricity only, which is awesome. But the Lexus hybrid system is going to automatically decide, when does the gas engine need to actually kick in? When can you use your battery? All that's decided with the system itself. Now, as we look up, we're going to go ahead and see this huge panoramic roof. Really love this. Brings lots of light to the cabin. I really do appreciate this. And again, this is something we had in the NX. We really loved it. It brings in just a lot of light into the cockpit. Now, you'll also see the digital rear view mirror. And this is something, again, we really liked. Not only is it great if you have a whole bunch of stuff in the back, you can't really see out of the back with a normal mirror, but you have a much wider field of view. It's an HD camera. You see everything. Again, personally, I've been using this. I just keep it on the camera mode all the time. It's a far superior solution than just the mirror, especially at nighttime. You get to really see everything. But the interior of this RX is definitely a step above the NX in terms of soft touch and materials. I think they went the extra mile further to go ahead and adorn this with better quality products. I really feel that, especially in the door handles here, the beautiful soft touch materials here, the two-tone leather seats that you have, the removal of that piano black, which I'm not necessarily a fan of, with some of this other design here as well. And it definitely feels like I have more space, not only more headroom, but in the seat. Even if these are the F Sport bucket seats, I still feel like there's more room in here. But we're gonna actually see how much more room there is in the back. So let's go ahead and take a look in the back. This is a spot where you actually have more room than the NX. And a lot of people are probably gonna wonder, what do I get, the RX or the NX? Well, the first thing I'll immediately say to you, there's a lot of room here in comparison to the RX. You have the soft touch material again, all here. You have your speaker system here. This does come, if you go with the optional F Sport 3 package, with a Mark Levinson audio system. So that's not on this package here, but you do have that option, but you still have the speaker here. You have all of this. Again, the same door handles, some cup holders here as well. Beside this F Sport seat or in front of it, you have a little storage cubby you can get access to. You also have heated rear seats. So we have heated rear seats here. I can go ahead and adjust it. Obviously, the driver can adjust the seating and the temperature for the rear occupants as well. And then I have USB-C adorned here in the rear as well. So I really like that. So one thing that I do want to call out, I just said it's like in the trunk about 15 to 20% roomier. That is definitely the case in these rear seats, because look, I have my baby with me right now. My little girl, she loves the NX, but it's not that big where if I have this installed in the rear, I can't actually put down this middle compartment. So I can't access my cup holders, but she's here with me right now. I can still put in my cup holders. I have some additional storage in here, and that's great. The other thing I'll mention is that in the NX, I have to actually put up the front seat just a bit so that this car seat fully fits in. But I don't have to do that with the RX. So if you got somebody big, you know, your wife's taller, she needs more room in the front, whatever else it is, you don't need to worry about that. So I felt like with her, we just pop in the seat. There's more than enough room here to support her on the baby seat. And still, you could have somebody sit in the middle beside the babe, and it's still a great spot to be. And again, I'm 5'9", about 180 pounds, and there's still some headroom here. So, and the middle seat's quite comfy. A lot of cars, the middle seat's like harder or whatever, but this is quite comfy. I like this. And the baby seat's right here, and that's perfectly fine. So some other stuff to talk about in the rear. You just kick open the rear. Hey, if your hands are full, I really like that capability. Again, we talked about a couple features, about 20% more storage that we found with the NX. Got multiple buttons. One, to actually close, but then close and lock. So maybe you want to click this button, you want to take out the stuff that you got, and then go ahead and leave, and it'll automatically lock. Now, it does have power folded rear seats as well. So you can go ahead, power fold those. They'll just come down, very easy. And then you also have a little cover. So maybe you have a little privacy, you have some stuff in the back, keep this over. No one's gonna see what's in your NX. Got a little kick plate here as well. I like that. More protection here for this, but the interior storage option, I really like it. It's a lot wider. I'd say again, 20% wider, a little bit deeper. I like that capability. So, you know, if storage is something that you really care about, then maybe you should be looking at the RX, but definitely I feel comfortable with the stroller. You guys can see all of this other junk that I got. It's fitting just fine. I want to give a big shout out to the Lexus of Oakville team for supplying this vehicle for us today. They're amazing to work with, and I personally purchased my own 2023 Lexus NX 350h from them, and from the very beginning, from the sales experience all the way to the service experience, it was a step and a class above and what you would expect from Lexus. So if you have any questions or you're maybe looking at a Lexus for yourself, definitely give them a check out. I will list all of their details in the description box down below. So that's the 2023 Lexus RX500h. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be doing a full review of this RX500h for you guys to check out. Let's see how it does on the road to drive it. I'm excited to go ahead and do that. But so far, this looks like another winner for Lexus. I think they've done a great job with their latest lines of SUVs. And really, if you're looking for something that has more space, you want the luxury of Lexus, the reliability, the quality, but you want a little bit of that sporty jazz, then you might be looking at an F Sport. I'll catch you guys in the next video.